again, I hope everyone is doing well. What's up, Tataru? The search for our missing friends continues. Should I learn something, I'll be sure to let you know. You do that. You do that. An uncertain future. Elfenod wishes to share the latest developments in the search for the missing scions. Fortuitous timing as always, Bat. Tataru was about to debrief me on the search for our missing comrades. Because I believe it's still... We've only found one of the scions. We found Yastola, and that's it. If you would be so kind, then. Absolutely. You'll be pleased to hear that Riol and his men have been making excellent progress. You remember how Flamen helped me to escape the Crystal Braves in Limsa Lominsa, only to then disappear? Well, according to Riol, she crept aboard a ship bound for Razatan, where she's been hiding ever since. He assures me that it won't be long before we're reunited. As for Ida and Papalimo, the remains of their link pearls have been found, and in Pearl Lane, of all places, Riol thinks they must have disposed of them after escaping from the Royal Promenade. Yes, that would make sense. They would not risk being eavesdropped upon by our betrayers. We're all but certain they fled the city shortly after, though we still don't have a clue where they went. I see. And what of Thancred and Minfilia? I'm afraid I have nothing new to share about those two, but it's not all doom and gloom. The good news is we've enlisted the service of a Charlian scholar, one of the students of Beldesion, to aid in our search, who should be arriving any day now. One of the students, you say? I should very much like to meet this scholar, if time permits. But first we must attend to more pressing matter. Sir Aymeric has summoned the two of us to a private audience. The messenger did not specify what he wished to discuss, only that it was urgent. Assuming you have no objections, Bat, I suggest we proceed to the congregation forthwith, and mayhap we can meet with this scholar afterwards. Agreed? Sure, why not? In that case, I think I'll return to the Forgotten Knight for now. Things are liable to fall apart if I'm gone too long, you know? It's true, it's true. The Scions are the tattooed people like La Habrea, right? Well, not all the Scions have tattoos. Only Archons have tattoos. Keishi has a tattoo. Is he an Archon? Oh, of course Keishi's an Archon. Why would you even guess that? Good invariably triumphs over evil in fairy tales, yet they are conspicuously I regret talking to you, Elfenod. You are using words. The Lord Commander is within. Pray proceed, sir. Sure, why not?
Thank you for coming. I wish to speak with you both in a place where privacy was assured.
We quite understand. What was it that you wished to discuss?
With my father's passing, the seat of the Archbishop lies vacant. And so, in accordance with canon law, I have assumed his responsibilities. I should stress that this is a temporary measure. It was never intended that the Lord Commander of the Temple Knights serve in this capacity indefinitely. Quite the opposite. The statutes specify that I should surrender my powers as soon as a conclave of the senior clergy and the high houses have named a new archbishop. But in light of recent events, that would not seem appropriate.
I confess I did not expect you to divulge quite so much quite so soon. The details of the Archbishop's plans, perhaps, but the true origin of the war and all it entails?
I too had concerns. But when the Warrior of Light is witnessed returning to the capital upon the back of a dragon, one's options are rather limited. Mayhap I could have concealed certain details, but for how long? And at what risk? Should the truth have come to light in the meantime, how would the people have viewed my silence? After 1,000 years of lies and secrecy, I could not well abuse their trust and hope to be believed. The time for deception has passed. I only wish the people agreed. That some would deny the truth I had anticipated, but not this many. And among the few who acknowledged that my father had to be stopped, no small number question our methods.
If they suspect a coup, it will not be long before some turn to violence.
It has already begun, and that on both sides. Men and women of the cloth are being harassed in the streets. Some have even been assaulted in the Broom. Hilda and her people have formed a watch to help us maintain order, but such measures will not prevent the unrest from spreading.
For all our talk of peace, the people remain frightened and confused. For their sake, we must bring the Dragonsong War to a definitive end.
And we should be glad to help you, Sir Emmerich. But what precisely would you have us do?
We wish to treat with the dragons of Annex Shrine. To that end, I would trouble you for an escort and an introduction.
Annex Shrine? You would speak with Vidofnir, then?
We must needs open a dialogue between our peoples. Acting as my representative, Lucia will extend an invitation to their leader, that she might visit us here in Ishgard. Were she still with us, I would of course have beseeched Isel's assistance in this matter. But as she is not, I must ask that you aid us in her stead. Will you do us this favor? Thank you, my friends. Lucia, I leave the rest to you.
In the wake of the Archbishop's fall, the nation of Ishgard trembled, the faith of her people shaken to its very core. For 1,000 years had they fought and died, certain of the justice of their cause, only to be told that their holy war was born of the sins of their forefathers. What then for those brave men and women, thus stripped of their righteousness but to despair, to deny the truth and decry its speakers? And what then for those whom they defamed but to hope on, to have faith in a brighter tomorrow? A tomorrow in which man and dragon might live together in harmony, then as distant as the very stars in the heavens. Yet while we dared to hope, deep within his lair the enemy lay, gathering his strength. Nidhogg, now possessed of his 2 eyes and the body of the Azure Dragoon, prizes to which he had laid claim at the very hour of the hero's triumph. As desperately as we
Suddenly,
sought
there was a
his
terrible
solace
roar
in
all around
peace,
us.
the
And the
great
sky was full of what looked like huge masses, all swooping and screeching and diving around the car. And a voice was screaming, "Holy Jesus, where are these goddamn animals?"
Hello. I hope everyone is doing well tonight. Hello there, Keishi. Hello, Winglet and Japa. I hope you guys are going well. How was the rest of Octopath Traveler Part 2? Is there a Part 3? I don't know. I'm not familiar with Octopath Traveler. But for those of you coming in, we are currently playing Final Fantasy XIV Heaven's Word, the first patch MSQ. So it's like directly after the expansion of Heaven's Ward. Hello there, Morph. I hope you're doing well. There's a bunch of dragons. Probably won't have part 3 since part 2 is amazing, but niche. Okay. There's a sneaky BatDan out there somewhere in a parallel universe. Are you sure about that? Hey Veda, how's it going? Part 2 has been amazing. Okay, good. I know little of the lands these dragons call home, this XIV. Had you not agreed to escort me, the coming journey would seem a far more daunting prospect. I confess, I myself once shuddered at the thought of it. Yet, even the longest journey begins with the first step, does it not? But ere we set forth, Bat and I must needs inform our comrade of our plans. Very well. I shall see to my preparations. Then let us go and bid farewell to Tataru, Bat. It's going okay, just tired? Yeah, I feel ya. I too am tired. I actually took a 20-minute nap during Keisha's stream, and it was fantastic. I was like, oh my goodness, this is the best nap ever. Wish it could last longer, though, unfortunately. It does have that effect, doesn't it? So, what was your secret meeting all about? I'm all ears. A diplomatic mission to annex Thrine, you say? Well, I suppose that does take precedence. But should your meeting with Vidolfnia happen to end early, you might consider rendevousing, whatever, with Yastola in Idleshire. She'll be there to receive our guest. Don't get me wrong, your meeting with the dragon is terribly important and everything, but this scholar just so happens to be. Time permitting, as I said, we shall endeavor to join Yastola, but if we cannot, pray pass on our regards. Let us be off, Bat. We have kept the first commander waiting long enough. Elfnod kind of interrupted Tataru there. How dare him. You wish you could take 20-minute naps. You're definitely a 2 to 3 hour sleeper. Yes, I feel you there. That's what I had yesterday, 2 to 3 hours. You are ready then? Good. So am I. Guess we'll take hot chocolate. We got some hot chocolate. Breaking the circle, Elfinod is ready to escort Lucia to XIV. The path is long, but known to us. From Falcon's Nest we shall cross the western highlands to make for Tailfeather, in the Durvanian Forelands. There we can stop and rest to replenish our supplies. Questions? If not, then the stables await. Are we actually going to the stables? Nope, we're actually going to Tailfeather. So basically, you know, we don't need to go to Falcon's Nest and then travel all the way there. Why? Because we can just go to Tailfeather. Yeah. It's only 300 gil. Strange. This is only my third visit to Tailfeather, yet the first feels as though it were a lifetime ago. I always imagined that the first time I set foot on Durvanian soil would be at the head of an army. And here I am, ready to treat with the brothers and sisters of mine enemies. Full well do I know how difficult it can be to set aside the past. Though it was I who first proposed recruiting Isael to our cause, I questioned the wisdom of my words almost as soon as I had uttered them, and for a long time thereafter. Here was a woman with the blood of innocence on her hands, men, women, children, all slain in the name of implacable Lady Iceheart. Yet she acknowledged her misdeeds and agreed to join us in our common cause. At our side, she fought in service to that greater good, even unto her dying breath. And while that does not absolve her of her sins, I hope that one day she will be remembered not merely as a heretic, but as a misguided soul who dreamt of peace. You ask much, Master Elfinod, yet who can say what might come to pass should our negotiations bear fruit? Yes, of course, we must press on to XIV. If you would follow me. Yeah, he's going that way. Right? We're just gonna teleport. Imagine walking. There's a hole in the roof somewhere. There it is. Yo, Vidofnir, it's been a while. And thou art ever welcome here, friend of Yazael. But this one I do not know. Pray forgive us this unannounced visit, Vidofnir. May I present to you Lucia, first commander of the Temple Knights of Ishgard, and our trusted friend. Say hello to our little friend, indeed. It is an honor to meet you, Vidofnir. I am come as an envoy of Sir Emmerich, Lord Commander of the Temple Knights and acting leader of the Holy See. Indeed. You may speak, knight. For 1,000 years men and dragon have been locked in an endless cycle of bloodshed and sorrow. To our shame, we long believed our kin to be the architects of this war. We believed your kin was the architects of this war. But now we know the truth, that King Thordan and his knights, 12, did willfully betray and murder the great worm Rataskir, shattering the peace between our peoples. For 1,000 years our leaders conspired to conceal this truth, a truth which was at last laid bare by the Warrior of Light, the Azure Dragoon, and Yezael. Alas, a deception so intricately wrought cannot be undone in a moment, and our people labor to accept the truth. After an eternity of war, who would dare to dream that peace could at last be within our grasp? Yet dream we must, as Yezael once did, and we must make that dream a reality, as she could not. We humbly beseech you, Vidofnia, join hands with us in friendship once more, before the eyes of my people in Ishgard. A most unexpected invitation. I have heard your request, knight. However, I cannot yet give you mine answer. May I ask why? The matter concerneth my sire. He must needs be consulted. Moreover, the Nath grow bold, even as they did before, and I would not leave my people at the mercy of the swarm. Understandable. Then we will wait. After 1,000 years at war, we shall not give up on our peace for want of patience. Ha! Fear not, knight, thou shalt have my answer within thy lifetime. So soon? My humble thanks. I shall bear your words to my lord forthwith, until we meet again. Well, it was very kind of her to, make sure that the answer will come within Lucia's lifetime. To face such a creature in battle is one thing. To converse with it, quite another. It's true, it's true. Given the circumstances, I would say that went rather well. To be frank, I am surprised our proposal was not rejected outright. Whether aught will come of it remains to be seen, however. Mayhap I should take this opportunity to speak with some of the other dragons. Ah, but you need not wait for me. The return journey holds no fears for me now. Well, if you would have no further need of our services, we shall continue on to Charlian. We hope to welcome a scholar who has agreed to aid us in search for our missing comrades. Then I pray your journey is as swift and uneventful as ours was. And thank you again for sparing the time to assist us, even when such grave matters remain unresolved. I can think of no graver matter than 1,000-year war, one which our friends gave their lives to see ended. Suffice it to say, I would willingly make 1,000 such journeys to ensure that their sacrifice was not in vain. Of that I have no doubt, Master Alphinaud. I only hope the fates will not hold you to your word. Another time, another place. Alphinaud is eager to set out for Charlian. So it would seem that we have time to greet this scholar after all. How delightful. I shall be interested to hear how she means to go about finding Minfilia and Thancred. I can only assume she is privy to some new investigative technique. In any event, our first order of business is to rendezvous with Yustola in Idleshire. Well, let's rendezvous with Yustola in Idleshire. What's taking us so long? Oh, there you guys are. I thought you were, like, over there or something. Ah, Bat, 'tis good to see you. I confess I had assumed your business in Annex Shrine would detain you longer. Did your meeting with Vidofnir go well? As well it can be expected. She must discuss Sir Americ's proposal with Hraesvelgr, of course, but she seemed amenable to the suggestion. I guess that seemed that just means she's up for it, I guess. I don't know. What of our Charlian guest? Has she arrived yet? She has, but when I explained that you would be joining us, she asked if she might use the intervening time to explore. I agreed to meet her outside on Front Bridge. We should be on our way. Sure, just walk right through me. Ah, jeez. It would seem we are early. Shall we wait? Maybe. Wait, back in Ishgard, what was she trying to tell me? Who? Tataru? You interrupted her, remember? Anyway, I guess we will wait for this person. I don't see her.
I'm terribly sorry to have kept you all waiting.
You need not apologize. We arrived but a moment ago ourselves. Pray, allow me to introduce Kral, who has recently come from the Sharlayan motherland. She has generously offered to assist us.
Oh, please, think nothing of it. A trip to Eorzea was long overdue. You must be the Warrior of Light. Yes, you certainly do look the part. A pleasure to meet you at last, sir.
When I first played this, I actually had the Odin helmet on, and it was hilarious when she said that.
And who is that I spy but young Alpha No Levieur himself? I dare say someone's grown an ilm or two in my absence. Or are those lifts in your boots?
We, Miss Krile and I met at the Studium years ago. I shall forever be indebted to her for her sage guidance.
It was no small task keeping him out of trouble, believe you me. The youngest ever to enter the Studium, him and his sister, 11-year-old prodigies. Suffice it to say, social graces were not among his list of talents. Striding up to his seniors on his first day, head held high. What was it he said again?
Thank you, Krile.
what? I haven't finished yet. Would you care to attempt a more dexterous deflection?
Mayhap we should save this delightful conversation for a more fitting occasion, when pressing matters do not demand our undivided attention.
A bit much, but better. I can tell you have been putting your skills to use here in Eorzea. Henceforth, I trust you will dazzle me with your eloquence at the first time of asking. Right, on to more pressing matters. Finding Minfilia and the other missing scions.
I gather you have new information to share with us.
A new approach, actually. Tataru recounted the tale of your escape, and it gave me an idea. Simply put, assuming Thancred left some manner of trail when you whisked him away, as is almost always the case with teleportation magics, I am confident I can find and follow it.
Then what are you waiting for?
The wherewithal to do it. The fact is, my abilities aren't quite up to the task. Not in themselves, anyway. If I had Master Matoya's crystal eye, on the other hand...
Then let us all call on her forthwith. I think it best that you explain your plan to her in person.
And of course, Master Matoya is going to be angry that we only visit her when we need something. You know what this map could really use? Another Aetheryte! That's what this map could really use. Just saying. I swear, it's this one and heckin' Azisla that needs another Aetheryte. And then there are some locations that get like 3 Aetherytes, and it's like, what? What? That's not fair. But I digress. Or do I? The crystal eye is one of Master Matoya's most cherished relics. I doubt very much that she will grant us leave to lay hands upon it unless we can convince her that it is vital to our cause. She was less than flattering about my technique when last we met, but this time I have come prepared. Let her belittle my obsidian carbuncle if she dares. Do not tell her I said that. I promise I won't. Kryl, you're very short, okay? You did say we were headed for a cave, did you not? But I certainly don't see a cave nearby. Is Master Matoya meeting us on the way or something? Maybe. In the eye of the beholder. The prospect of meeting the famous Master Matoya seems to have set Kryl thinking. I have heard many stories of Master Matoya, some quite flattering, others less so. Rest assured, they are all true. This way, and have care where you tread. Yeah, that's right. This away.
Oh, is that trouble I smell? Or did you forget to wipe your boots on the way in?
Forgive us, Master Matoya. We will be sure to wipe them on the way out. And may I say how glad I am that age has not yet deprived you of your senses.
Ever so quick-witted, aren't we? To the detriment of your manners. Well, out with it then. What do you want?
Pray, allow me to introduce myself, Master Matoya. I am Kryl, of the students of BatDan. I hope you will excuse our unannounced visit.
BatDan, you say? Ah, yes. The old coot set up shop on the Isle of Val, didn't he?
Regrettably, our order's headquarters and the isle itself were obliterated by a magic of immense power. I have the blessing of light to thank for my own preservation.
Kryl, you too possess the Echo.
Well, yes, of course I do. Our order is devoted to uncovering the mysteries of Hydaelyn and interpreting her will, particularly through the study of her gift to us. It was in the course of these studies that I met and subsequently befriended Minfilia. She and I have rather a lot in common.
I had no idea.
You weren't supposed to. Not that I wanted to deceive you, you understand, but precautions had to be taken.
Yes, that's all well and good, but you still haven't told me why you're here.
The students of BatDan are gone, and there is naught I can do to change that. But the signs of the Seventh Dawn can yet be restored, and my dear friend found. You have in your possession an ancient crystal of light, one you call your crystal eye. I believe I can use it to focus my abilities and locate one of the missing scions.
And there I was, thinking you might want to make use of my years of experience. Oh, wait here.
Long did I ponder the nature of this crystal and its familiar radiance, but never did I suspect it was a crystal of light.
On the cusp of an umbral calamity, souls blessed with the power of the Echo invariably appear. To aid these, her chosen warriors, Hydaelyn bequeaths to each a slither of her strength in the form of a crystal of light. But as her strength wanes, so too does the potency of her gifts. This crystal, born of an earlier era, is infused with a power far greater than those of this age.
You could travel the length and breadth of the land and not find a crystal even a fraction as pure. Its value is beyond measure, as are the risks inherent in its use.
No two manifestations of the Echo are alike. I, for example, can converse with beings of every shape and size, excepting beasts, contrary to what others would have you believe. Language has nothing to do with it, of course. Rather, I am sensitive to the whispers of the soul. Their intent, their very essence even, the traces of which serve to guide the elementals to Y'shtola. Far-fetched though it may sound, I believe that with your crystal eye, I may be able to pick up where they left off and follow the remaining trail to Thancred. That is, if I have your permission.
Well, the poor sod's not going to find himself. So, as long as you don't drop it or take it out of my sight, you may do with it what you will.
Thank you, Master Matoya. Then let us begin. From the Black Shroud, the trail continues to the north and west, towards a mountain, the foot of Som Al. It was a near thing, but he was not deposited within the rock. I think.
The hunters of Tailfeather know those lands well. I say we begin our search there.
So I'm going back to Tailfeather. Huzzah! She's the master of hats? Yes. Kendra actually has that hat on her character. But that's because it came with one of the books. We had forests like this on the Isle of Val. My grandfather and I used to go for walks together when I could prize him away from his work. It was the least I could do for him, considering everything he has done for me, taking me in when I was an orphan, raising me as his own, and giving me a name. You didn't think my parents named me Cryle Beldesion, do you? I mean, they could have. Thancred may be a capable warrior, but he was wounded the last I saw him. If any beasts were nearby when he emerged from the life stream, he would have been hard-pressed to repel them. Were I to find myself in an unfamiliar wilderness, my first instinct would be to seek out signs of civilization. Ordinarily, perhaps, but in his wounded state, he may not have wished to risk contact with strangers of unknown allegiances. Yet even had Thancred chosen to remain in the forest, the hunters would surely have stumbled across his trail. Tailfeather doesn't strike me as a isolated outpost, though. Merchants and traders pass through reasonably regularly, do they not? In which case, we'll need to provide a more detailed description when we question the locals. Fear not, Cryle, I have already prepared several sketches of Thancred for that very purpose. Oh yeah, he's an artist, by the way. This is impressive. You drew this from memory. A skill I acquired some years ago for reasons I no longer remember. I propose we split into two pairs. Yustola and I will inquire at the outlying encampments, while Bat and Cryle question the residents of Tailfeather. Afterwards, we shall regroup near Loth Vath and share our findings. Assuming there are no objections, let us be about it. Right. My, he certainly has matured, hasn't he? Hard to imagine he was once a boy who practiced drawing for hours to impress young ladies. Anyway, we had best get started. Find me when you've finished making your rounds. Yo, Lupard, how's it going? Searching for a friend of yours. Let's have a look then. I forgot to look to see if that picture was accurate. No, ain't seen him around, sorry. Right. What? We can't even see the sketch? What? God damn it. What have you got there? A sketch? A sketch I can't even see. Can't say I know the face. You say he's something of a warrior. He's actually a rogue. I heard a tale the other day about a Hurrian vagabond who brought down a Bandersnatch by himself and with style. Way they tell it, he was dancing with the beast like it was a bell of the bleeding ball. Should sound like your man? Yeah, sounds like our man. Let's go. A Huron man. We're not exactly rare, you know. Could you be more specific? Yo, take this sketch. He's got long fingernails. I did spy this one bloke a while back. Didn't get a good look at his face, but it could have been him. This was beyond the forest, as I recall, along the river, to the west of Tailfeather. I remember thinking he wasn't much of a hunter. The lad was making no effort to cover his tracks, see? That, and he was carrying an axe instead of a bow. Whoa. Well, that doesn't sound like Thancred. Sounds like somebody else. Finished? In that case, I think we've learned everything we can here. Let's see what the others have found out. Okay. Let me up. There we go. Yes, we're going into Vath territory. To the gas station, exactly. We were to meet here, were we not? Yes, we were. We're just going to meet right here in this destination area. Excuse me, hold on one moment. My apologies for our late arrival. We thought it wise to question as many hunters as we could. Many have made camp in inaccessible locations, ideal for hunting game, not so receiving visitors. Nevertheless, our time proved well spent. There have been countless sightings of an exceptionally capable Huron hunter with whom no one is familiar. Though one chance to see the man's face, his height and build match Thancred's description, as does his fighting prowess. But what about the one with the axe? So you have heard the same tales. Be that as it may, we yet want for conclusive proof. Mayhap this is unrelated, but I heard a curious tale regarding a Vath trader. He came to Tailfeather in search of garments fit for a man of refinement, which seemed rather curious description for one of his kind. You're implying that Thancred sent a Vath to the market in his stead? Why would he not go himself? Well, if you recall, you yourself emerged from the livestream as naked as your name day. It is a scene I shall never forget. Oh, of course. Of course Elfenod wouldn't forget you stole a emerging naked. It is now. Well, I was pleased to see you. I mean, it was a simple statement of fact. It stands to reason that Thancred found himself in the same predicament. In any case, if he had dealings with the Vath, they should be able to tell us, no? Yes, they should. Quite right, Cryle, quite right. So let's go talk to the Vath. Right. Cryle. Honestly, that boy, some things never change. Given that Alphinaud seems to recall the details of my return so vividly, I would rather he did not draw me from memory, talented or not. You got a point. A little slow, a little late. Alphinaud would like very much to continue the search for Thancred. Well, what are we waiting for? For all we know, Thancred would be waiting for us in Loth Ast Vath, whatever. We must go and see the Vath right away. Come along, everyone, come along. Great hunters, we welcome you once more to Loth Ast Vath. What do you seek this day? We seek a man with whom we are told you may have had certain dealings. How curious. The hunters tire of godly sport and pursue mortal prey? No, he is not prey, but a friend long missing. Good. He is a friend of the Vath as well, one with whom we have traded many times. Truly, you are quite certain it was this man? There is no doubt. The fleshling clothes in skin came to us from Salamal, lost and weak. So he's basically saying that the naked guy came to us lost and weak. He offered meat and hides in trade, and in exchange we tended his wounds. He brought us much flesh. So skilled a hunter he was, much flesh. When he asked for garments, we were glad to provide them. And where is he now? Gone to Loth Ast Ginneth. Not long ago, when he heard the One Mind had summoned our god once more. Ravana has returned. Vidofnir did say that the Gnath had grown as before, but what could Thancred hope to accomplish by himself? Honored Elder, we thank you for your help. Would that we could repay this kindness ere we depart, but we must hasten to our comrade's side. Go, great hunters, lest the Gnath claim him as a sacrifice. Right. You know what would do well? An Aetheryte, like right here. No, I'm joking. Oh, and there is an ad break, but we are currently flying. I will wait until the ad break is over before I continue the MSQ. I'm just going to fly over there in the meantime. Get out my chocobo. Okay. Seems like the ad break is over, so we can continue. Oh, geez.
Who else could be? Thancred. It could be Thancred. We must hurry.
This day, we reclaim the reins of history. This day, we rid ourselves of the Ascians forever!
Fools playing at heroes, all of you. Is this how you believe you can save your world?
We can and we will, Ascian. You shall see. Or perhaps you will not! So you are the warrior of light, the savior of Eorzea. It's a wonder you didn't come sooner, what with the primal and all. Lost a step, have we?
Have care. The ether moves strangely around him.
It would seem we share a common enemy. Mayhap you would tell us who you are.
Shall we show them? Not very sporting of you to interrupt. But so be it. Mark well our faces, warrior of light. For we are the warriors of darkness. Walkers of a different path. And we shall meet again.
Warriors of Darkness? Really?
Thancred! Are you all right?
Pleasantries can wait. I'd rather not be here when the Nath arrive. Agreed?
Right. The Warrior of Darkness is, yes, the Warriors of Darkness, I should say. I wonder who they are and what they're all about, right? Anyway, Krile. The vision caught me unawares, and I was unprepared for their attack, but I could hear the colony chattering all around us. They were so loud, so unbearably loud. Right, okay. Do you need to sit down? I have water, if it will help. We should be safe here. Our pursuers are not like to stray so far from the colony. I mean, we can go get them. We could go fight them if you want. Anyway, Thancred.
Suffice it to say, our reunion was not at all as I pictured it. Waiting until the last instant to join the fray. 'Tis plain you have not lost your appetite for the dramatic.
My appetite for the dramatic? Have you forgotten the circumstances of our parting? The heroic last stand, the tunnel filling with light, and then... Had I known you intended to use forbidden magics to deliver me to some god's forsaken wilderness, I would have thanked you in advance.
Thancred.
If nothing else, you might have warned me that I would emerge from the life stream in the Altogether. Eventually, I managed to fashion knives from some obsidian I found, and set about hunting for meat and hides. Given that I'm not all that skilled in leatherworking, it's probably for the best that I met the Vath before I was reunited with you.
So you were the fleshling clothed in skins of whom the storyteller spoke?
A description which fit me as ill as the skins themselves. Happily, I was able to trade with the Vath for garments better becoming a man of refinement. From them, I learned of Ravana, and of the great warrior who had once laid him low.
And thence did you conclude that were you to track the Primal's movements, it would surely bring you into contact with the Scions once more.
It seemed a reasonable assumption. I could think of no one else with your enthusiasm for slaying beastmen gods. Until now, that is.
Ah, yes. The self-proclaimed Warriors of Darkness. 'Tis only fitting that they stand in opposition to the Warrior of Light, I suppose.
I glimpsed the leaders past, if only for a moment. They were confronting a man in black. An Ascian, I think.
If these warriors are capable of doing battle with Ascians and Primals both, they must be possessed of powerful protection. Protection not unlike the Echo.
I mean, it could be the Echo, right? Right. I know what you're thinking, but really, you needn't worry. It will only lend credence to my tales of heroism. Besides, battle scars are to maidens what loose morals are to gentlemen. A definite bonus. Defined whatever bonus or whatever. 'Twould seem the mystery of the axe-wielding hero has been laid to rest. I should have known better to think Thancred would ever stoop to using such an inelegant weapon. Wow. Wow. She's just totally dissed on all the marauders and warriors of this game. But then how was I to know there was not one vagabond wandering the Chocobo Forest, but two? He knew us. He knew you. Did he walk in our memories as we walked in his? Maybe. Dreams of the lost. Alphanod is lost in thought, doubtless ruminating, I guess, on the implications of your encounter with the warriors of darkness. Besides the power of the Echo, and driven to put down primals, despite his declaration that they walk a different path, I struggle to see how their goals conflict with ours. Nor is that the only oddity. I find it passing strange that such exceptional individuals should have wholly escaped our notice until now. Surely we would have heard rumors and attempted to recruit them to our cause. I recall no such adventurers, and I would not soon forget their like, nor would any of us, I think. One of our primary duties as was to scour the city-states for promising candidates, which is how Thancred found Bat. Yes, because this character started in Ul'dah. Ah, the memories. It seems like only yesterday that you slew your first primal. Speaking of which, I had the distinct impression that it was not the first time that a band of merry men and women had killed a god. I labor to believe that a band of preternaturally gifted adventurers has been traveling the land, slaying primals without our knowledge. 'Twould imply gross negligence on our part. Speculation will avail us naught. There is far too much we do not know. For the present, we must needs concentrate on what we do know, namely that Lord Ravana is no more. Vidofnir must be informed. The news may render her more receptive to Sir Americ's invitation. Since you seem to have affairs here well in hand, I shall take my leave. Simply being in the vicinity of this colony has given me a stinkling headache. If you have need of me, I shall be with Master Motoya. I would beg her assistance with the search for Minfilia. Wait. Minfilia is missing? I thought she escaped with Bat. I shall explain on the road. Much has happened in your absence. Right. Oh, they actually brought us up here. Cool. Speak with Vidalfnia. Hello there, Vidalfnir. I had not thought to see thee again so soon, mortal. If thou seeketh the night, know that she hath long since departed for Ishgard. My thanks, Vidalfnir, but it was not for her that we came. We bring good tidings for you and yours. Lord Ravana, who has been summoned by the Gnath, has again been laid low. Truly, once more you mortals have succeeded where mine own kind did fail. You have our deepest thanks. Would that we could take credit. The god fell by another's hands. Another. Revelation upon revelation. Regardless, it is cause for celebration. The Gnath will have no choice but to withdraw. But to another matter, I have tidings for thee as well. Regarding the Ishgardian's invitation, as promised, I brought the matter to my sire. Hearken to his answer now. For a 1,000 years have I mourned my beloved, who gave her life to forge a peace thy king betrayed. Such was my lot, until a child of Ishgard came unto me. For what want of warmth she wrapped herself in a dream. Yet the world will remember her deeds. For truth she fought, for justice she sinned. For redemption she sacrificed, and became as light. To follow one's heart, to have faith in one's convictions, be it for weal, or be it for woe. Such is the folly and the glory of man, and of dragon. He hath entrusted the choice to us, and we have made it. We will keep faith with you who walk in the light. Then you accept Sir Americ's invitation. Let it be known that I, Vidalfnir, shall journey onto Ishgard on behalf of my people. We are honored to receive your answer, and will convey your words to our allies without delay. It is happening, Ivzael. Would that you were here to see it.
Even as the Scions celebrated the return of a long-lost friend, honorable men plotted to deprive them of another. Honorable men, to whom Sir Emeric was no hero, but a scheming patricide. Honorable men who would fain wash the paving stones of foundation with the tyrant's blood. Honorable men whose knife in the dark was the spark which set the city aflame, and who sang as it burned.
They heckin' stabbed Sir Aymeric. How fucking dare they? We will get them. We will have vengeance. One moment. Let me check something here real quick. Okay. So I'm going to take a break so I can do the rest of these quests for this patch tonight. I will return in about 5 to 10 minutes. I'm gonna get some more coffee and grab a protein bar. I suggest everyone to stay hydrated and use the facilities if you need to. And I will see you guys back in 5 to 10 minutes. Winglet is in charge. Alright, I have returned. Hope everyone is well. Let's switch back over, shall we? Now, I will say this. I don't, I'm a person who was born and raised in the north, and I'm used to cold. I'm used to, snow and ice and all that other stuff. The one thing that I hate the most about the wintertime isn't the snow, isn't the ice, isn't the cold, isn't, having to shovel or whatever. It's that my coffee gets cold too quickly. Damn it. Anyway, I digress. Stola, what's up? Fortunately, the journey afforded us ample time to brief Thancred on recent events. Oh, good. So you slew a handful of primals, chatted with the Emperor of Garlemald, uncovered the truth behind a 1,000-year war, thwarted a megalomaniacal archbishop's ambitions, and then rode home on the back of the Father of Dragons. Does that does that about sum it up? Yes, that's exactly what happened. Right, let's not keep Sir Aymeric waiting. Well, he's kind of disposed of at the moment. Are you quite well, Thancred? Yes, quite well, forgive me. You have given me rather a lot to digest. This whole affair with the Ishgardians and the Dravanians, and our friends nowhere to be found. 'Twould seem there is no end to our troubles. We can but face them head on, one at a time. For now, we must apply ourselves to our allotted tasks and leave the others to theirs. Remember, Thancred, we found you as they found me. In time we will find Ida in Papalymo and Menphilia as well. These troubles will soon be but a memory, one which we will look back on together. Pray do not misunderstand. I did not mean to imply that it would be otherwise. I merely wish that I had rejoined our grand adventure at one of its more triumphal moments. Despite your recent accomplishments, the mood here is less than celebratory. But I have no doubt that we will enjoy many more glorious victories soon enough, and you may rest assured that I will play my part in them to the very hilt. I know you will. So then, to the congregation. To the congregation. And yes, when I saw you for a brief second. You were there. What? No, of course not. Of course not. That was someone completely different. What's up, Hilda? Oh, good. You're back. Things got a bit heated while you were away. Oh, really? What pray hence do you mean? You have returned in this at last. At least the fates are kind. Greetings, First Commander. It pleases me to inform you that Vidolfnir has accepted Sir Aymric's invitation. Wasn't you didn't hop servers today? You've been RPing, really? I thought that was your alt. Could be wrong. She has. These are glad tidings indeed. Would that the Lord Commander were here to hear them. Ah, is he otherwise engaged? Aye, sleeping off a knife to the gut. What? What happened? Will he live? The doctors tell me he will make a full recovery, but had Lord Edmont and Lord Art not been on hand when the assassin struck, he would not have been so fortunate. For mercy, they subdued the fiend before he could land the telling blow. The attack was just the beginning, though. Not long after, buildings all around the city, including several of ours, burst into flame. Bastards caught us completely by surprise. We've been dousing the fires, but for every one we put out, it seems 2 more start up. Casualties are mountain, especially in the Broom. 'Tis plain these fires were started by the assassin's conspirators. Until they have been rounded up, there will be no end to this. Will you help us find them? Let's do it. Then let us be about it. We're going to lay some justice on them. That's what we're going to do. Even if we had the same resources to combat the fires as them up in the pillars, we'd still be fighting a losing battle. You've seen the Broom. All of them narrow streets and wooden houses crammed together. It's kindling is what it is. Oh, we have a full troop here. Just as Sir Aymeric risked his life to bring about lasting change, so too will others wager all to preserve what they hold dear. Louis Swall once told me that man is all too willing to let his future be bound by his past. And me, after time, have witnessed how desperately right he was. The Archbishop may have fallen, but the legacy of his predecessors endures. It's true, it's true. Against the dying of the light, Lucia would begin the hunt for the arsonist without delay. Oh, we get either a primal accessories of fending or of slaying, or just a silver piece. I don't think I need any of those. The flames are spreading. We must needs begin our investigation immediately. Witnesses must be found. Suspects must be identified. Have you been able to determine the precise locations where the fires were set? Mayhap there is a pattern. If there is, we have yet to discern it. Fires have been reported throughout the city, both in the pillars and the foundation. Indeed, given the size of the area affected, I think best to divide our forces. Master Alphinaud and Mistress Yustola, I would have you take charge of the investigation in the foundation. As you wish. Mayhap Tataru can be of assistance as well. Meaning Bat and me get the pillars. Oh, they'll like me up there. Only question is, will the grizzled old rogue striking a pose over there be joining us? Thancred, of the Scions of the Seventh Dawn, and may I say what a pleasure it is to meet you, milady. I'll bet. The name is Hilda. A scion, eh? And there I was thinking I'd found a fellow ruffian amongst all these illustrious personages. Okay, you guys can flirt later, okay? I will remain here to coordinate the fire-quenching effort. If you learn aught of value, pray inform me immediately. That is all. While we could begin by stifling through charred rubble and questioning random passers-by. In my experience, every town has at least one individual who can be counted on to know things he or she should not. Oh, I, the infamous Lord Emmeline de Fortamps, lover of women and wine, though neither care for him that much. They say he could gossip for Ishgard. Just the sort of fellow I had in mind. Capital suggestion, Bat. He'll be in the Crozier, most like, making an effort to be seen, so let's go and see him. Well, he kind of only likes one girl in Sea of Clouds, but anyway. Grizzled, I will accept, but old? Did Hilda call Thancred old? I missed it. Or I probably read it and didn't really grasp it. Anyway. Ah, Master Dan, I fear Lord Emmen has once more strayed from the path. As has so often been the case, his renewed enthusiasm for martial training gave way to frustration and disinterest in the first sight of difficulty. Right. Well, go on then, talk to the daft sod. Alright, fine, jeez. Someone once said that a gentleman is rather than does. And in Lord Emmen, I sense we have living proof. Well, well, if it isn't Bat, dearest of all my friends, you're looking rather glum. Something the matter, old boy? Ah, yes, the arsons. Dreadful business, that. And awfully curious. Wouldn't you say? There doesn't seem to be any rhyme or reason to it at all. Naturally, we've doubled the guard outside the manor, along with most of our other houses. Can't have the old pile going up in flames, after all. Oh, in case you are wondering why the Hoplon is awash with refugees, the lower levels of the vault have been opened to those unfortunate souls who have lost their homes. Sir Americ's orders, from what I hear, remarkable man. Not even a knife in the ribs can keep him from his duties. Actually, old boy, if you were thinking of questioning the refugees, I should be more than happy to accompany you to the Hoplon. Whatever the Hoplon means. I don't know what Hoplon means. While you conduct your inquiries, I could offer words of comfort to the distressed and despondent young maidens. Wow. Wait a moment. I know what that is. You're giving me one of your looks, aren't you? You do me an injustice, old boy. I will have you know, my heart yearns but for one rose, prickly though as she may be. Yeah, we know. I sense you remain unconvinced. Very well, if you will help to prove the purity of my intentions, I shall gracefully rescind my offer. Now run along and catch those arsonists. That was not entirely what I'd hoped for. Whose idea was it to come here again? Never mind. For our next step, I suggest we divide our efforts. While you question the refugees and the Hoplon, Bat, I shall investigate the locations where the fires were set. Would you be so good as to join me, Hilda? You know what, I reckon I would. I can't have you roaming about in an unfamiliar city by your lonesome, can we? You only get robbed blind and left shivering in your small clothes. It's true, it's true. Right. Question the Ishgaudians and the Hoplin. Hoplin. What the heck is a Hoplin? Oh, it's up there. Wait, I want to go this way, not that way. Ours was one of the first homes to be claimed, but I didn't see how the fire began. It was only when I heard our neighbors shouting that I looked outside and saw the flames. We barely escaped with our clothes on our backs. Were it not for the church's generosity, I don't know what we'd do. Interesting. The church's generosity, you say? There was a man with a satchel. I saw him kneeling outside the window, and then there was smoke everywhere. And it was so hot I couldn't breathe. I don't remember how I made it out. I suppose I must have climbed. Maybe my arm is getting better after all. Maybe. Vault Priest. Hello there, Vault Priest. You get your own cutscene. How special are you? Come, my brothers and sisters, there is food and shelter enough for all in the basilica. Hello and blessing upon you, Father. I confess we were not sure if we should come. There are so many unbelievable tales these days about the Archbishop and Sir Aymeric and the Durvanians. Trust in your heart, brother, and pay no heed to the lies of lesser men. They seek only to lead you astray. Do you require succor as well, sir? I'll give you a succor. So the Temple Knights have begun their investigation at last. Good. This madness has gone on far too long. Would that I could do something to aid you in your search. But I have a duty to these poor souls. Farewell, and may the Fury guide your steps. Right. Speak with Thancred. Where is Thancred? He's all the way down there. I know it. Or maybe not there. Down here? There he is. Finished then. Maybe. Ah, there you are. Anything to share? We will require more than the muddled testimony of a traumatized girl if we are to identify the culprits. While you were questioning the refugees, we inspected the scene of several of the fires, including the one near near the cathedral. I don't know how to pronounce that name. Heck in the cathedral. And another near the tribunal. For mercy, neither structure suffered significant damage. Some might say they were spared by the grace of the Fury. Others might question how such ruthlessly efficient arsonists contrived to fail so miserably on the 2 occasions when their target was a bastion of Ishgardian orthodoxy. Nothing conclusive, of course, but it does give one cause to wonder. Alphinaud will doubtless have an opinion. He would. Where is he? Alphinaud, where are you? Is he down here? I don't think he's down here. Damn it, Alphinaud, where are you? Get back here. I went too far. There he is. You should have seen the way Alphinaud tackled him. Good. Now that you are here, we can proceed with our interrogation. Hello, sir. Silence will avail you not, sir. Ah, Bat, I was just about to summon you. As you can see, we have detained a suspect. We found this man loitering near the remains of one of the stricken buildings. According to eyewitnesses, he was also present before fires broke out. We wish to have words. He did not, so we insisted. Let me go, damn it. You've got the wrong man. I mean, we could use the echo on him. But you reek of oil. And those are burns on your hands. An occupational hazard, I suppose, but tell me, does arson pay well? I am a victim, you imbecile. Look at me. Aye, that you are, after a fashion. You should know that your pious patron has already spun us a delightful yarn about how his pet mongrel slipped the leash and set about burning half the city to the ground. Not very noble of him, I grant you, but then these high-born types rarely do so show loyalty to their pets. In fact, he called you rabid and begged us to put you down. That's bollocks. He's the one who told me to keep going. Oh, a confession. Ha ha ha. Even a sinner such as me could find salvation in the Fury's work, he said. I'd left it behind, tried to, with all my heart. Said my prayers every day, like a good man, but he came to me. He came to me. And there you have it, Hilda. Would you be so kind as to escort our friend here to the congregation? Aye, so long as you don't mind if he's limpin' when he gets there. That was incredible, Thancred, but how did you know he would confess? Well, I have seen his likes before. A troubled soul, manipulated by men of power and wielded as a weapon. I could not be certain, of course, but given the stakes, I thought it worth the risk. And if our captive had called your bluff? Must we entertain hypotheticals? The world as it is vexing enough. So many ises in that sentence. Thank you, Thancred. Whether by luck or judgment, we have at last confirmed that these arsons are orchestrated by a person or persons of influence. I think it best we now return to the congregation and discuss how best to proceed. Yes, must speak to Lucia. You guys are just gonna stand back there? My goodness. On behalf of the Holy See of Ishgard, I thank you all. The man you apprehended is being interrogated as we speak, though he fell silent upon realizing that we had not returned his master. He will soon tell us what he knows one way or another. I mean, we could just take him to the highest peaks of Ishgard and just, hold him by his pant leg or something. I don't know. Pardon the intrusion, First Commander. Ah, Lord Art. Are you come here to see your father? He is attending Sir Aymeric in his chambers as at present. I am. He bid me bring this salve. Then do not let me detain you, and thank you for your kindness, my lord. In times of trouble, every man must do his part. Would that I could do more. I mean, you detained the would-be assassin, so you did plenty. My Lord Art did not seem to be in his best of spirits. 'Tis little wonder, Master Alphinaud. His father is widely slandered, and his half-brother not yet cold in the grave. That's true. I don't know, slaying Gopher? I don't know, whatever. It's all gonna go turn into company seals anyway. As goes light, so goes darkness. We get a Hierophant minion and a shield.
I do not mean to diminish our accomplishments, but until we identify the ones who ordered the fires set, our work is far from finished.
Between the various conservative and religious factions in Ishgard, I dare say there's no shortage of parties who would like to see the status quo preserved. Do any likely suspects spring to mind?
Far too many to count.
Lord Commander, your wounds.
Are healing well. Thank you. Time is of the essence. Lest we forget, these men would sooner put their own city to the torch than see it change. When our enemies learn that we have apprehended their arsonist, there is no telling how they will react.
Lord Commander, an armed mob has seized control of the vault.
And now we know. Tell us what happened, sir. Spare no detail.
We were directing refugees into the Basilica, as you ordered, when all of a sudden, men brandishing weapons were all around us. It happened so fast, my lord. We had no time to respond.
They've taken the refugees hostage and barricaded themselves inside the vault.
And they sent you to deliver their demands.
They, the true brothers of the faith, demand that a conclave to select the next archbishop be held forthwith. Furthermore, they declare that you, Lord Commander, are guilty of patricide and high treason, and that you must surrender yourself at once to receive of the Fury's judgment.
Ridiculous! I mean, do they honestly think that executing Sir Emmerich would change anything? That the truth will somehow die with him?
These fundamentalists rage against the passing of the old ways, unable to accept there can be no going back.
Given the fanciful nature of their demands, a peaceful resolution does not seem likely. If the hostages are to be rescued, it will be by force, I fear.
Agreed. Lucia, take a contingent of knights and establish a perimeter outside the entrance.
At once, Lord Commander.
Hilda, I need your people out in force throughout the Broom. When word spreads of the situation, the friends and family of the hostages may try to take matters into their own hands. I will not give these militants more targets. I shall lead the assault on the vault. Master Alphino, can I count on the support of the Scions?
Of course.
We are in your debt.
I shall join you as well, Lord Commander.
Your assistance is most welcome, Lord Atwarel. To arms, then, friends. Time is against us.
Let's go kick some ass. And I'm not doing that as a Astrologian. Heck no. Wait, what? Oh, he said the pillars. I thought he was going to be like outside the vault. Not the jeweled crozier. All right. Yo, Art, how's it going? Do not concern yourself with my safety. Lest you forget, I too am a knight. Just like old times, eh? Ready when you are, Bat. Concentrate on freeing the hostages. I will tend to their wounds. Alright. Let's go, Amric. No, not. There. Listen well. We will enter the basilica silently via the gate. According to our latest reports, there are at least 6 hostages being held within. The numbers and readiness of their true brothers of the faith are unknown. I am told one claimed to have served under Thordan VII. Might the same be true of the rest? Given the swiftness with which they seize control of the vault, I think it highly likely, yes. Which means that they may well possess the knowledge required to turn the building's defenses against us. Be that as it may, we have no choice but to press on. Lord Art, You are a brave man and true, and none would dare question your honor if you choose not to risk your life in this endeavor. Are you certain you wish to join us? Because if you remember, it's his half-brother that was lost in the vault. I'm no stranger to the battlefield, Sir Emmerich. My arm will not falter. My shield will not break. Alone, as my witness, I will bring these fanatics to justice. Well said, my lord. Friends, follow me. Let's go. Rescue the hostages. Who said that you could leave here? Hi guys.
Down with you!
Alright, which one's attacking? There we go. You're the one attacking, so...
You underestimate me.
Alright, Amric, let's go. Sir Simonard, lay down your arms and release the hostages, and you will be shown mercy. I give my word. The word of a heretic and a kinslayer. I would sooner trust a dragon. Activate the knights. We shall show the hostages the same mercy he showed the archbishops. Right. They don't look so tough. Unlike you, Sir Amric, I am a man of honor. By my hand you shall receive the Fury's judgment. So it is to be a trial, then. Lord Art, Bat, leave us and save the hostages. I shall deal with Sir blah, blah, blah. Alright, let's go. Oh yeah, their bonds. Gotta break their bonds. Okay, they're fine now. My sprint doesn't work. Oh damn, this refugee had very little health left. Yo, let me through. Yeah, Samric needs our help. We could have opened that door there, but they wouldn't. Alright, let's go. One more hostage. What's up, guys?
This knight does not yield!
Oh no! The priest took Melee upstairs. Oh geez, let's go. Come on, let's go.
Where is he? Where is he? Come no closer! You have nowhere to run. Release the girl and surrender.
Surrender to whom? The blasphemer who throws wide the gates to our enemy? Who breaks bread with him and calls him brother? Ungodly swine! I would sooner die than surrender to you.
Is it godly to spill the blood of an innocent child? To burn the homes of your brothers? Tell me, priest, is that godly?
Do not speak to me of godliness, heathen! Your father's blood is on your hands, as is hers!
What? But I...
Vidafne!
Well met, knight. Mayhap I chose an inopportune moment?
Not at all. Pray forgive us this most unworthy reception. We are honored to have you with us, and right glad of your aid.
Fortune delivered the child unto me. I had but to receive her.
Thank you for saving me.
Thou art welcome, child.
Never did I think to be indebted to so unexpected a savior. But full glad am I to be so.
Friend of Izel, warrior of warriors, I had hoped to meet with thee. I bear a message from my sire.
From Freysfelger?
Upon returning to our lands, Nidhogg's shade did sing unto his brood, and they for skies unknown did then take wing. This thou must know, for your fates are inextricably bound.
What of Estinian? Is he truly lost to us?
Such matters are beyond my ken. I but bear my father's words. Take from them what thou wilt. Fare you well, mortals.
So it is as they say then. A great white dragon swooped down from the heavens to rescue an innocent child.
A most unexpected turn of events, but not an unwelcome one. The people will not soon forget this day.
Yet how will they choose to remember it, Sir Emeric? And will these events serve to bring man and dragon closer together, or drive a deeper wedge between brothers? After 1,000 years, the world these men once knew is changing, and with ungentle swiftness to boot. Though their actions are misguided, their sentiments are only to be expected. You may be sure that others will rally to their cause. I share your desire for lasting peace with the Javanians, I do. But I would not see it built on the bones of our countrymen, nor on our own. I see much of Horsefar in you, and I could not bear to mourn the passing of another son.
Lord Edmund.
Well, that was timely. Vidofnir must have been circling for hours. In the moments before Vidofnir appeared, I contemplating teleporting the girl. Thank the 12 I did not. This has been a day of surprises, has it not? 'Tis but a pity Vidofnir could not stay longer. Yes, I think it's fair to say that she timed her departure rather less well than her arrival. Well timed scarcely does it justice. But 1 moment later would have been a moment too late. Let us pray the Ishgardians who had yet harbored doubts will take these events to heart and accept the truth of Sir Americ's words. Well, 'tis only met that I inform Tataru of what has occurred here. If you have need of me, I shall be in Fortep's Manor. Allow me to accompany you. Tataru would never forgive me if I left for the Rising Stones without saying goodbye. A moment, Bat. I wish a word. Tell me, does Thancred seem quite well to you? He held his own in the vault. He got on well with Hilda. I'm not sure how to put it into words, but I want to see what I want to probe what she's talking about. So you sense it too, a subtle change, incomprehensible at most. I myself do not notice it at first, but upon closer examination I saw that his etheric flow had been irreparably disrupted. As a result, I strongly suspect that his ability to manipulate ether has been compromised. Simply put, Thancred may no longer be able to wield magics. It would do much to explain why he chose to remain within the wilderness instead of seeking us out. He would have been compelled to rely solely on traditional methods of travel, significantly prolonging his journey. And when he learned that a nearby beast tribe was making preparations to summon a primal, it may well have seemed more sensible to wait. But this is still a little more than speculation. Until I have proof, pray speak no word of it. Right then, I should be on my way. Kryle may have charmed Master Matoya for now, but who can say how long it will last? Right. Switch over to Astro to give it the experience. Lord Edmond told me about what Vidofnir did. Gods, how I wish I had been there to see it. Is Thancred here? Thancred's not here. What the hell?
That Vidofnir should chance to arrive even as the girl fell. Truly, I could not have planned it better myself.
Ah, good. We were afraid you might have left.
A shield, my lord?
Fit for a true knight. An expression of our gratitude to you and yours. Long overdue. But there is something else I would discuss ere you part. Something which cannot leave this room. My father will soon step down as head of our house. Sir Emeric was not the only one to fall under suspicion following the death of the Archbishop. There are some who believe my father complicit in a coup d'etat. Thus he intends to renounce his title to absolve our house of suspicion and secure the support of our peers.
Surely there must be another way to convince Houses Durandare and Zemail.
So I said to him. Alas, he will not budge. Ever since I was a child, I knew that I would one day succeed my father. The thought of it filled me with pride. Yet once I learned the day was at hand, my heart was filled with naught but dread. Our legacy is built upon the lies of our forefathers. In accepting this title, am I not perpetuating this injustice? Why should I become the next count? You sound just like him. Aye, I suspect that is what Haurchefant would have said. To aid those in need. When you look on that shield, I trust you will remember his words. And should I once more find my resolve wavering, I ask that you show me the way. You were a brother to Haurchefant. Will you be a brother to me as well? Come, Manelaine. There's much to be done. For Father, and for Sir Emeric, and for Ishgard. To think we share the same blood. Pray excuse us.
Those were the days of promises and vows, of tentative first steps into an uncertain future. A future shaped by the choices we made, in ways we could never have foreseen. Born of good and evil, of light and darkness, and shepherded by our hand. Be it for weal, or be it for woe.